Rick got let go there, but he had been there for a number of years, and he started to establish a base. And I think that was back in the old Conference USA, still around, but Cincinnati's been in a few conferences, and they're in a new one now. But then, when I arrived there, Mark D'Antonio was there, and Mark did a great job of putting a foundation in place that I was only with him for a year, but he really had a solid foundation. Mark's culture and the way he goes about doing business was terrific. And then so when Brian came in, he just really not only maintained that, but certainly elevated it. And it was a different type of football. He and Mark are very different in that sense. Mark's probably more primary a defensive coach, and Brian, as you know, is more of an offensive coach, so it had a different look to it. But nonetheless, we were very successful. And then when Butch came in, I think, if I remember, there was a hiccup there in year one. We were 4-8, but ever since then, I think it was nothing but 10-win seasons. So a lot of success, a lot of good people there. I think there's a foundation to continue to build on, and I think they've got the program moving in the right direction, and it's absolutely be a tough game for us.
Did it all surprise you what they did to Purdue on Saturday?
Well, I mean, I think any time you look at a score like that, and certainly I haven't watched the game, I don't, know where Purdue is as a program. I think they're going through some of the same types of things we are going through right now. And as far as what Cincinnati has, I really haven't paid a great deal of attention to. Obviously I know how they ended up last year. Probably half the kids on that roster were there when I left there. So I know probably most of those kids, but really more from the recruiting process when they were on campus. But I know that Tim's right. The roster wasn't bare. They've got some good kids there on both sides of the ball, and it'll be a difficult game for us. And
I was going to ask you about the Louisville comparison. Is there a comparison there between what Louisville's done and Cincinnati's done in order to build up over the time? And I know that the scheduling of the midweek games was brought up as a big factor in Louisville's success. Has Cincinnati done the same thing?
Well, to a certain extent. I think, any time when you're in a conference that you don't feel is getting as much exposure, especially on the national level, you do those type of things, whether it's playing on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Did you do
Thursday
that?
nights. We did that, and Friday it was a little bit difficult because, in Ohio we're in the hotbed of high school football, so that was a little bit of a challenge, and certainly you get some pushback from that. But Louisville has really done a good job as it relates to going years back, and this is, as I told you the other day, Lauren, I think it was before there was ever any likelihood that there might be some conference realignment. I think Louisville, I think Tom Jerks, a very good friend of mine, did a very good job of building a foundation infrastructure with all of their programs, not just football, where they could be successful, not because he thought they were moving on and going somewhere else, but because he wanted his student athletes to have the best experience, including the best opportunity to be successful in the field of competition. They've been doing that for years. Cincinnati, I think now they're starting to move in a direction where they're starting to do those kind of things infrastructure-wise with the central administration that's committed to that and should only not only maintain where they are as a program, but hopefully continue to elevate it. And hopefully it's something, as I've said here, it's not just about football and men's basketball. Sure, they get the most attention, and I get it, but we want to have those kind of experiences for all of our programs.
Cincinnati wants to get out of the ACC, I'm sure, AAC, and move up to one of the five power. Do you see this, having the background you have at Cincinnati, do you think that's a possibility yet?
Well, I think it's, the stars have to align with them as a school and someone who sees them as a good fit for their conference. I do believe they're deserving. Certainly I don't have a vote, but I've been there, and I believe in what we've done, certainly what was accomplished while I was there and the foundation that was laid before my arrival, and I certainly believe that today. I think they've got a lot of good things going for them, so hopefully when they have those conversations in the future, they're part of the discussion.